from Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show. Really? And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it at 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. I definitely think this is pretty amazing what I'm about to talk about here because the person I'm going to quote here is someone who I find personally reprehensible. And my opinion of this person is that just an opinion, that she is downright evil. And I'm entitled to my opinion. It's just an opinion. I don't know that you can have an official declaration that someone is evil, but my opinion of this person is that she's evil. But Dr. Laura Schlesinger has written still another book. Of course, none of her recent books have sold nearly as well as, like, her first book, which is not unusual among authors who are primarily movie stars or radio personalities or whatever. They generally get one big whopper of a book, and after that, no one's paying any attention. It's not limited to Dr. Turkey Neck, but here's what she says in her new book. It's coming out in January. I'm reading this from the New York Post. She describes what she calls loving obligation. That is, a spouse's duty to do something whether or not he or she feels like it. If husbands are expected to go to work and earn money and visit relatives they don't like, she argues, why can't their wives put out on demand? Wow. There's other things she says, but I just want to say this about that. You know, there's a million things in the world that we can disagree on or dislike each other about. But, you know, you throw enough stuff against the wall and something sticks. You know, I mean, in this particular case, I agree with her 100%. I agree with her 100%. I think if you're married, you owe it to your husband to put out whenever he wants it. And if you're not prepared to do that, you should get the hell out. No doubt. I think when you get married, you should be prepared for that. And frankly, I think men should be able to expect that. Men pay the majority of the bills in the majority of marriages. Men take the bigger risks. Men die younger. And I might tell you that if a man comes home and he needs it, you should give it to him, if only because that's one way to keep him from getting it somewhere else. Now, I am not suggesting that we overturn things like marital rape laws. I'm not suggesting that a man should be able to drill you when you say no. He just, spread your legs and do it anyway. I'm not suggesting that. I am suggesting that if you are not prepared to put out every time your man wants it, with the occasional exception of real illness, I really think you should just simply get the hell out or not marry him. As far as I'm concerned, you should be available whenever he needs you. Bottom line. So much as I hate to agree with the homophobic turkey neck herself, I must say here that in this particular case, I agree. When you get married, you should be prepared to put out whenever your husband needs it. By the way, I also think, boys, you should be prepared to put out when your wife needs it. And if there's a reason you're not putting out, like she got fat or she's unclean or something, then I think you tell her once, you tell her twice, and you get the hell out. Or kick her the hell out. End it. I think that sex is a very important part of marriage, very important part of life. And I think getting married is something you should be able to, sex is something you should be able to expect. To expect. It's not a gift. It's something I think that is part of the job description. And if you're not prepared to do it, you shouldn't be married. Right?
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I had a girl I was just booty call for 2 weeks, and she calls me up and she says, I wrote my mom a letter, and I told her all about you. And I told her, hey, you can write her another one and tell her you got dumped.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Michelle on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi. How are you?
Do you care?
Kinda. I listen to you all the time, so yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. So I just had a comment because I was hearing how you said you want the men to put out, or the women to put out in the marriage and whatnot.
Right.
But the men need to put out just as much as the women do because, we need it too.
Well, who said they shouldn't?
I don't know, but
Have you had an experience with this?
Well, yeah, sometimes my fiance don't give to me as much as I want, I don't think it's because of my weight, but...
Well, what is your weight?
Oh, well, don't you have it up there on your thing?
No.
I weigh 185.
You weigh 185, and you're how tall?
5'7". I'm a little bigger.
You're not a little bigger, dear. You're about 60 pounds overweight.
Yeah,
What about your son? It's Mount Vernon, Washington, checking in. What about your son?
I gained 75 with him, so I'm still working on losing it.
I see. And your fiancé, let me guess, is the father of your child?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You got to stick with him.
All right. Well, the bottom line, though, is now he doesn't put out so often?
Oh, well, no, he does, but, he wants it all the time, and then, so I'll give to him when he wants it most of the time, but then when I want it, he doesn't give it to me. It's like only when he wants it.
So how often does he give it to you?
Oh, like probably 3-4 times a week.
3 or 4 times a week?
Yeah, but then when I want it someday, he don't want to give it to me. So, got to go both ways.
If I may ask, why did you have a child at such a young age?
Just by accident. We weren't being safe.
Oh.
Happens a lot nowadays.
Well, yeah, it's kind of stupid, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. We were being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But it just happens.
I see. And why are you 185 pounds?
Because of my son. I was a lot smaller.
How old is your son?
He's 2 now, so I haven't lost him for 2 years.
You've had 2 years to lose that weight. Why haven't you?
I don't know. I just never cared about losing it, and then...
You never cared. So are you not worried about losing your fiancé to a hotter chick? You don't think that at some point he'll get fed up looking at that?
No, I've talked to him about it, but,
And you don't think he'll get fed up?
I want to lose it for myself, not for him. I want to lose it for myself to still...
Yeah, but you don't do it. Aren't you worried that he'll meet somebody hotter than you?
No.
Why not?
I've talked to him about it. Well, I don't know. He gives me the confidence that he's not going to, but...
Well, of course, because what's he going to say to you? If you don't lose the weight, I'm going to leave you and for somebody else, or I'm going to have sex with other people. What's he going to tell you that?
No. Well, he listens to your show, and he loves everything you say, but he doesn't follow your rules.
I'm telling you that, well, obviously, because he had sex with you without a condom.
Yes.
But the bottom line here is that I don't care what he's telling you. Listen to me. I'm a guy. If you continue to weigh 185 pounds, he will get it somewhere else.
Eventually, I'm sure. That's why, I'm going to work on it. I don't want to...
Yeah, well, what are you waiting for, dear?
No, I've joined a gym. I go to Miko's Fitness in Edmonds.
How about dieting?
Dieting? I don't really have time to eat that much because I have 2 dogs and I'm working. So.
Dear, you're 185 pounds. You're finding a way to feed the monster. You are.
No, and you don't necessarily have to eat a lot just to have,
Dear, you do. All right, let me see proof that your doctor has diagnosed you as having a thyroid condition.
Yes.
That would be part of 2% of the society. Do you have a documented thyroid condition?
Yes, I got that
in
my pregnancy.
So in other words, your thyroid was fine until you had a baby.
Yeah, until I gained all that weight.
I see, and then you had a thyroid condition.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with eating too much while you were pregnant.
No. They told me I was eating too much fruit when I was pregnant because it was during the summer, and that makes people gain weight when they eat a lot of that.
All right, well, what happened to the thyroid condition? They said it was from eating too much fruit.
It's going down now, but it's still there a little bit, but it's going down.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, when I first started my gym, I lost 6 pounds in the first week, and then 4 in the second, and it's been going down lower.
So you were what, 195 before?
Before? No, I was, I think, 215 after my birthday.
215.
Yeah, so see, I'm losing it. It's going slow. I'm losing it.
He must love you very much.
Oh, that, or he just doesn't have the confidence to go somewhere else.
No doubt. Let me guess, he's barely employed?
No, he has a job.
Doing what?
He went a little unsteady for a while.
I'll bet he did.
Construction.
Construction, which means he's working sometimes and other times he's not.
Yeah, kind of, in the winter it goes down a little.
All right, well, you saw his tax return last year. How much did he make?
How much did he make?
Yeah.
I do not remember how much he made. I didn't go to H&R Block with him. I think he made, 28. So not that much because he was only working part of that year.
Not even that much. So you realize that he is below the poverty line for the United States.
Yes, I didn't know that, so I guess so.
Well, I'm telling you, that's below the poverty line.
Okay.
So, in other words, he's with you because he's below the poverty line and he can't do any better.
Oh, well, you can, I guess you could say that, but, that and he's a family guy, so I think
You prefer he'd prefer to be with somebody who's 215 pounds?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think it's his preference to be with someone who's 215
pounds? No, he was a lot smaller when he first got with me, and I'm sure that if I was bigger, he wouldn't have been attracted to me at first.
Hang on a second. Jocelyn, what do you want to say to Michelle here?
Michelle, you're complaining about 2 or 3 times a week. I'm in LA 9. My boyfriend barely gets to me once a month.
Oh, my God. And you're not going anywhere else for it?
Oh, dude.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Sorry, Tom.
It's good. That's why I want it more often. I mean, he gets it when he wants it, but, if I go to him, one of those nights and I want it, and he doesn't want to do it then, so it's, only when he wants it, It's like, what's going on?
Dude, if you lost the weight, you'd be in control. Let me tell you that.
Well, mainly, yeah. Okay, I'm seeing that point, yeah. Well, how much do you weigh, if you don't mind?
115.
Oh, why is he only doing that?
And I'm 5'8.5".
Yeah, why is he not giving it up? Did you ask him what's wrong?
There's nothing wrong. That's how it is up here.
Damn.
Why do you tolerate it?
Move down here.
It's not about tolerating. It's about living it up out here in L.A.
But why do you tolerate only getting it once a month?
Because it's the best I get. It's the best I can get in L.A., man.
Wait a minute. You're in LA 9?
Yeah.
You come down here, I've got a whole staff of men who will show you how much better you can do.
Yeah.
I'm doing really good, Tom, I guarantee. It's
so
worth the wait.
For once a month?
Yeah, I don't see that. I'd have to get something else.
Nothing's that good. Nothing.
I guarantee you, Tom.
So what do you do the other 29 days of the month?
Well,
You're on the rag 5, and what about the other 24?
Yeah, but if it's that good,
myself.
If it's that good, you got to have it more than once a month.
Yeah, Dean says he must be sitting right next to you. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You wouldn't say this if he weren't around.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Okay. Jocelyn, thank you. Scott, what did you want to say to Michelle here?
Well, Tom, love you, long-time listener, and I was in that boat. Been down that road and married that Biggie Big.
Did the boat sink?
The boat sank, and she hit the road. The whole time we were married, had one on the side. It's coming. The writing's on the wall. She's done.
And did she lose the weight after you guys got divorced?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I thought most women did that.
No. She stayed big, got remarried to someone who's some sort of chubby chaser, and I got remarried to a little hottie.
Yeah, so you guys gotta admit, there are chubby chasers out there.
Well, that's true. There are also people who are foot fetishists and people who like the effing crips and having them take their legs off when they're having sex with them.
It also depends on how it's proportioned, too, a little bit. You gotta admit that.
No.
Dear.
But if I wasn't as big as in the chest and I was bigger in, the stomach, because my stomach is the only thing that's big around me. But I thought my legs are not big and my arms are not big. It's all in the stomach because of the baby. So, that's, a lot of weight right there.
That's not very attractive.
Well, no, it's not. I have them in the stomach, but I can hide that more and still wear shorts and skirts and have my legs moving okay.
Makes me sick to
blow me up, Tom.
I'll blow you both up. Here you go. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Jessica on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how are you, Tom?
Pretty good, Jessica.
Great. I wanted to get your opinion on someone. on a married couple where the wife makes, majority of the money, kind of supporting the husband, and he's always demanding sex, and she doesn't want it all the time because she's, tired of working all day.
Well, what does your husband do?
Well, he's going to school right now.
Well, that's work, too.
Yeah, but...
yeah. What's he studying to become?
A chef.
Yeah, okay. And you think that's easy?
No, but it's not. He's only going to school a few hours a week.
And he doesn't have to do any homework? He doesn't have to practice at home?
Yeah.
And that's not work?
I guess so.
If you're not prepared to put out all the time, dump him.
Well, no, because I do love him, but
he expects to get it when he wants to get it. Like he did before you got with him.
Yeah.
Right? You weren't tired then, were you?
No.
No. Now that you're married to him, you feel like you've got the freedom to say no to him.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about. You are using the marriage license as a license to say no. In other words, you are reminding him that there was nothing in it for him to get married. He had it better when you weren't married to him.
Yeah, that's true.
So why would he want to be married to you?
Because I take care of everything.
Except his penis, which is not taken care of.
Okay. That's true.
As a man, I am tired of women bitching about having to put out. I'm tired of it. You spend all your time trying to talk us into commitment and talk us into marriage, and then when you get what you want, you go, I don't really feel like, it's not like before when we were married. I'm tired and I work late and I'm tired. And, when you were single, you were up 16 hours a day running around doing whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you were giving it to them all the time. But it was just like when they sell, a 6-pack of Coke for 99 cents. It was a loss leader. You use sex to get your foot under the door. And once you got him sold on buying the cow and not renting it, then suddenly you started to tell him the truth of what it was like to be with you. No sex.
Okay, you're right.
So you either should give him, they call that bait and switch at the used car lot. You should either give him what he got before he got married or get out.
Okay. All right, well, thanks, Tom.
Now, after you've had this conversation, will anything change?
Yeah. Since I've heard it from you.
Yeah.
It will.
You got to start giving it to him. I'm telling you, he will get it from someone else.
Yeah, he's told me that.
Yeah, well, dear, this is not just a saying. He will. So get used to the idea of putting out.
Okay.
Or just split up with him, and then you can go to work and come home and sleep all night. Of course, what you'll do is you'll go to the gym, drop a few pounds, and then you'll start putting out for some other guy that you meet.
Yeah.
Why not do it for your husband and keep your marriage together?
That's true.
All right. Good luck. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Turkey Neck says it is a spouse's duty to put out when her husband demands it. What do you think?
The Tom Leykis Show. 4:30 on 100.7 The Buzz. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
Ah, yes, it is at 1-800-5800-TOM. Alicia, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good.
Question for you. Why are you just knocking us chunky girls or fat in the rump, fat in the chest? What's going on with that?
Well, no one has a problem with chicks who are fat in the chest. Let's just say that.
Well, being chunky comes, the package is all included, which means big booty, big knockers.
Yeah, but it's the big gutty that we have a problem with.
I don't have a big gut.
No?
No.
Well?
I'm just wondering, why do you hate on us?
Well,
Why?
it's not a matter of hate, dear. It's a matter that if we are paying your bills...
You're not, though.
No, with those of us who marry you, we are. Okay?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Not in this case. Even my husband calls me half man because I control the household. I do pay more, more than 80% of the bills.
That's because you're a chunky girl.
Yeah, but it's not that I.
If you were a thin.
No, honey. When you met me, I was still looking good. I was a size 7, flat stomach, big booty, big boobs.
And you were 175 pounds back then?
No, I was not. I was 122 pounds.
Well, what happened?
Well, we had kids and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, there's
55 pounds you gained.
I know. There is no excuse. You're right. Absolutely.
All right. So it's not that you're naturally have an hourglass figure. You kept eating, and you were lucky, but you were lucky enough not to have it go to your gut. But nonetheless.
I was very lucky. And another thing, Tom, there's a big difference.
55 pounds.
Yeah, honey, but you know what? You could have a beautiful thin girl with an ugly face. At least.
No, we're not proposing an ugly face here, dear.
No. But see, let me tell you something. I am very gifted. I don't think I'm that ugly. I'm not beautiful, but I'm not ugly. And I have a nice shape for being a big girl. But there's some skinny girls that could be a size 5 and could be ugly as hell.
No one is suggesting that guys want to be with ugly girls. But we're also suggesting that if a man has money, power, success in his life, he wants to be with an attractive woman who is slim.
Of course. But guess what? Every slim package is going to grow a little thicker.
Not necessarily.
That's a real woman.
That is why the gyms in Beverly Hills are full of women.
Let me tell you something. This is what I tell my husband all the time. Honey, if you would make more money, I could slim down to be as good looking as Jennifer Lopez. And I really could do that. I know I could. But
so the reason you don't do it is because he doesn't make enough money?
Yeah, well, not only that, but he doesn't pay my bills, and I don't think I make enough money a year either.
So you think that because you pay most of the bills, therefore it's okay for you to be fat?
No, I don't have time to get to the gym. I am a mother. I work 2 jobs.
All right, how about the eating part? Don't tell me you don't eat.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I know how to put down a hamburger.
I bet you know how to put down French fries and a milkshake with it.
Let me tell you something. When my husband says, give it up, honey, I give it up.
Well, of course, again, because you are 50 pounds overweight.
You know why? Because I get pleasure out of it, too. I'm not just going to give it up because he wants me to do it. I'm going to give it up because I'm going to get pleasure out of it also.
Yeah, but you don't have a choice in your position, even though you may enjoy it.
You know what?
You still don't have a choice.
I will take advantage of it every time it's offered. Okay, so, I just think some of these thin girls, more power to them. If they're thin and beautiful, hey, high five to you. But if you're ugly, raunchy looking, and you have a great body, they're not going to get the $100,000 a year man either. Because they're ugly. They're not going to be able to...
But again, you're suggesting you're either fat with a beautiful face or ugly and thin. There's other possibilities.
Yeah. But I'd rather be chunky but pretty.
All right, but bottom line is that thin, ugly girls end up with the same kind of guys as fat girls with pretty faces.
Actually, no. I think we still, like one of my friends always said, you know what, Sally, you may be chunky, but at least you're not ugly. An ugly girl cannot put pretty on her face ever, but I could always thin down. So that's a plus for me. I'd rather be chunky.
Yeah, but why don't you, though? How about you take the fork out of your mouth? Why don't you? Yes.
Because I'm lazy.
All right, there we go. You're lazy. And you said it earlier, if your husband made more money, you'd weigh less.
Yeah, I work from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I have a part-time job. For a while, I even went to school.
Let me guess. Your husband doesn't make a lot. That's why you pay 80% of the...
You know what? He works for the court system, and he makes decent money.
How much is that?
But over 50. But, I make just as much, and I'm happy. I don't need him to pay my bills. You know what? I'm one of the dependent women you talk about all the time. The ones that don't take, don't do. Put it this way. I don't ask for child support. I will never ask for alimony. I will never stick my hand out and expect for somebody else to pay my way. Ever. Even when I was thin and beautiful.
How many children do you have?
3.
And how many of them did you have with your husband?
2.
And then you had the other one when you were 16 or something?
No, I was 18.
18. And why'd you do that?
You know what? And I hear you say this all the time, but I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. What can I tell you? I was dumb, and just as dumb as I can get. And then I hear you now. I've been listening to you for the last 4 years. And you know what? I am very, very happy to, oh, my God, everybody at my facility. Can I say something? Hi, everybody.
Oh, there you go.
They're just calling our office, letting them know they're listening to me. But anyhow.
I see.
The point that I'm trying to make, Tom, don't put us down so much because you know what? We deserve a little bit of credit.
Yeah, fat chicks serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Where do you think we go at midnight when we're drunk and no one will take our call?
My husband does not come home drunk. I have a good husband. He comes home from work, and he's a very devoted family man, and he's very good looking. He's not fat. okay? And he's a great father and a great husband. And like you said, he may not love me, but, you know, he sure loves to come home to the family, so I appreciate that.
So he may not love you, but he loves coming home to the family.
Yeah, to his kids. And you know what? As long as my husband's not messing around, that's
So he doesn't love you?
I would love to think he does, but, you know, I hear all your boys out there talk about how, oh, the fat bitch this and blah, blah, blah. I mean, well, fine.
He just can't afford more.
Hey, you know what? Actually, he has hell of a luck. We went to Vegas. Some beautiful girls were trying to pick up on him over there, and I got very hurt. But, I mean, beautiful women, without looking at the size of his wallet, are actually chasing my husband.
Look at that.
And they were
And if you don't lose that 50 pounds, one of these days he's going to slow down and let him catch him.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-866.
Excuse me while I scratch my balls.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. A radio psychologist. No, she's a physiologist. I'm sorry. Not even a psychologist. Says that it is a spouse's duty to do something whether or not he or she feels like it. Specifically, when a man wants sex, the woman must give it to him. That's essentially what a man should be able to expect in a marriage. Agree or disagree? I agree. I don't agree with much else, but I agree with that. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Nathan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What up, Tom?
Not much, Nathan.
How you doing?
Pretty damn good.
Oh, man, what an honor to talk to you.
I agree.
I have this exact problem, and me and my wife had this exact conversation last night. When she got home from work, I was like, hey, let's get down, and she said, I don't feel like it, you know, the typical routine. I'm tired. I just worked at a secretary's desk job for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
How do I combat this, Tom?
Well, let me guess, Nathan. Pacific Northwest, 21 years old, Caucasian, married. Your child is how old?
I actually do not have one. We're not at all interested in having children right now.
Why'd you get married so young?
Oh, man, because I wasn't listening to you.
All right. Because that's part of your problem right there.
Right.
She won't put out because she can refuse to put out.
Right. Well, and she's incredibly attractive too. She doesn't have the fat problem at all. So.
Yeah, but you need to tell her that without sex you're not going to stay.
Right. Well, and I've told her I've been listening to you now for about a year and a half, and I've used all your arguments against her, but she thinks because we both work 40 hours, we both put in equally to the house.
Most people work 40 hours.
Yeah. Right.
And by the way, was she working 40 hours before you married her?
No.
No? What was she doing?
She was a waitress for, not full time. It was like 25 to 40 hours a week.
So we're not talking about college graduates here?
No.
Okay. I think she's got no choice. She puts out or you get out. And you want to get out before she starts putting pinholes in your condoms.
I hear that.
And I completely mean what I'm saying.
Right.
You're 21 years old. You've got testosterone coursing through your veins.
I tried telling her. I was like, it's killing me when you say no.
Well, you have to go beyond that. You have to tell her that it's not only is it not acceptable, but within a reasonable period of time, you will get out.
Right.
And you will correct the mistake you made getting married so young.
Right.
I mean, we can call her right now and tell her right now if you want.
I just tried calling her. She's in a meeting at work right now, so I don't think we could get through to her. But
okay, because
I will have the battle again tonight, I'm sure. I mean, I did break her down eventually last night. It just wasn't,
Right, but then of course she lays there like a brick. Are you done yet? Are you in yet? Are you finished? Can we stop now?
Well, the one thing is, once I do get her going, it's incredible. It's just trying to get her there. Like
right.
I said, I mean, she's got the body, she's got everything.
But you're married. You shouldn't be begging for sex anymore.
All right.
Bottom line.
I hear you, Tom. You're the dad I never had.
How long have you been married, Nathan?
2 years.
How long?
2 years.
So you were 19 when you got married?
I told you I wasn't listening to you yet.
Make sure you use the birth control, pal. Make sure.
Yes, sir.
That means you and her.
Yes, sir.
In case you ever do get any sex. That'll be the next nail in your coffin there, baby. She'll have sex with you once this month, and then she'll pop one out.
Well, see, we average like 3 times a week. I mean, but
You're 21. That's not enough.
Right. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Well, is it enough for you?
No, not always.
Then it's not enough.
All righty, well, I'll tell her I talked to my dad. Can you blow me up, Tom?
All right, Nathan, here you go. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Rebecca on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Rebecca.
How are you? You can call me Becky.
Becky. Hey, Becky.
This is one of the rare moments I agree with you on both subjects that you've talked about today.
Mm-hmm.
I met my husband. We were both working in construction. I was a welder's helper, very fit, and he was also very fit, and we got married. And now I go to school, and he does pay the bills. I believe that you're right. You're 100% right. Whenever he wants it, I need to give it to him. Because no matter how beautiful you are, if you don't give it up, he's going to give you up.
Right, or he'll just simply get it somewhere else on the way home.
Exactly, and vice versa. I could get it from a million guys out there, just like probably half of the women out there. They can get it from whoever the hell will give it to them.
Even the fat chicks.
Right, even the fat chicks. They can get it. I mean, they might not be the handsomest guys, but they'll get it.
You know, they might have handsome guys, but they won't be the richest guys. That's the bottom line.
Exactly.
Guys with money won't have fat chicks.
Right, but if that's what you're worried about, the sex, you can get the sex wherever the hell you want it.
Well, you are certainly right. You are right about that, Rebecca.
Tom Leykis. Woof. Tom Leykis. Woof. 800-5800-TOM. Tom.
I used to be 355.
Oh, that ain't bad. That's just right.
That's a plump rump.
That's a roast.
The Tom Leykis Show.
On 100.7.
The buzz.
Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Nathan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Just doing a radio show here, Nathan.
I guess all the talk you guys been about all these ladies is giving me fear of getting married right now. I'm 23 years old and actually thought about it in maybe a year or two.
You should be afraid of getting married at 23.
Yeah, I definitely am. And as it is right now, my girlfriend that I have doesn't give me enough sex as it is.
Why do you tolerate that?
Because I love her.
I think I do, but I'll tell you what, she's gorgeous, beautiful, and I still turn my head at other girls. So, I mean, I guess it's...
Because you need to get laid.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, I do a trick, though. When she's in bed and she's tired or whatever and doesn't want to have sex, I just masturbate next to her and kind of pisses her off a little bit.
Is she living with you?
No, she stays every once in a while, but no.
Well, how often does she want to have sex with you?
Let's see, probably about, I don't know, we live about 30 miles apart, so I'd say like twice a week, depending on if we see each other or not. We probably see each other maybe 4 times a week.
And you get sex twice a week?
Yeah, twice a week.
So half the time she is with you and won't have sex with you?
Yeah, definitely.
Why don't you just simply tell her that, you'll find other people to do the heavy lifting. Don't worry. If you don't want to put out, that's fine. I've got other people who will do the job.
Yeah, and this is the girl that kind of wants to, get married in the future and stuff.
Well, you know what? She's auditioning right now.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking my boss told me to get my balls snipped and just get it over with and don't even tell your girlfriend about it, just so I don't have kids.
Well, you could certainly do that, but then why even stay with somebody who doesn't want to have sex with you?
You're right. You're definitely right.
I don't care what she looks like.
Yeah.
What good is an attractive woman if you can't be with her?
That's true. That's definitely true. Hey, Tom, when are you going to come party down at Hermosa Beach, man?
Well, I party all the time in that area, all over the South Bay. But every time we do a radio show there, the authorities clamp down on us. So we can't bring our revenue-enhancing broadcast to most of the cities in the South Bay.
Oh, that's too bad.
Once the mayor of Redondo Beach or Hermosa Beach or Manhattan Beach, one of these guys gets in touch with us and says they'll call off the dogs, that's where we'll go.
Oh, no kidding. I know you've been at the 705 Club a couple times. And,
I was at Point 705. I was at Chillers. I've done all these places, but...
Oh, man, I want to go to one of your parties, man, and I'll leave the old lady at home.
Yeah, well, of course. You should be leaving her behind anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean.
All right, have a good day, buddy. Blow me up.
Here you go. Mimi on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm Mimi.
Good. I agree with the said radio psychotherapist. I was
physiologist.
Psychologist.
No, physiologist.
Oh,
She's
okay.
not a psychologist.
She makes a point. I was married to a man for about a year who would go 3 weeks without giving me sex, and we are no longer married.
That's what has to happen.
Yeah, we're not married any longer. I now live with a man that can have his